welcome to Saturday in the studio. Today we're going to be relaxing, taking it easy a little bit, and focusing on what gets us frustrated. And we're going to take that frustration out into our art. So what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be grabbing a piece of paper and we're going to be crumpling it up. It's going to be that simple. We're going to crumple it. We're going to play. There's going to be a couple different options for what we can do with our crumpled paper, and we're going to get started. So let's go. So for this project, you're going to start with a crumpled piece of paper. Now, it could be flat. You could find this in the recycling bin. I am all for, using paper that was going to be thrown away. So you're going to take a piece of paper. If it's not crumpled already, crumple it. And there's a few ways of doing this. You can either keep it crumpled or you could open it back up. I'm going to show you the keeping it crumpled first. If you have paint, you can do this with paint, or you can do this with marker. Something a little more liquidy is going to be best for this project. And you're going to start applying the paint. And don't try to get into the crevices. Just go where it goes naturally. And you can change up your colors. Remember, be gentle with your paint. I know because you're being a little rough with the paper, especially some children might want to go rough with the paintbrush too. Just let it naturally fall where it wants to fall. Do try to think about your colors still. I'm keeping it with these warm colors, the hot colors. If you're doing this with a child, you might need to hold the paper for them as they paint, and they might tell you rotate it here, rotate it there, because this might be a little bit challenging for somebody younger to do both aspects. And now what you can do is open it up. And what you'll notice is you actually painted both sides. And you have a couple options. If you like it the way it is, we could go in and start adding detail, or you could re-crumple it. I don't think I have a whole lot painted, so I'm gonna crumple it again. Again, you might need to hold. Think about your colors. Do you wanna keep with that same color palette, or do you wanna move to something else? I think now I'm gonna do cool colors. So think about winter, what colors are cool. Think about the sky, the blues, the greens, the purples. And rotate that around. Now this is a great way to start like a background painting or doing something else on top of this. Okay, and if you think you're done, open it back up. Okay, I'm liking how that's looking. So let's try one more thing. I want to show you with markers. So I'm going to crumple it up again. Now remember, you can do all of this. And just because I'm saying this is one way, this is another way. Do all of the ways. And take your marker. And doing the same thing as with the brush. Move your way around. See how it's touching the ridges. It's not really going into the valleys. And it's quite random. All right, and let's see what that gets us. Okay, I like that detail being added. I could even do that with one more color, or I can stop there. So now you can go in and decide what do you want to do on top. You could go in, I like to follow those creases with a pencil or with a pen. Or you could flatten it out. If you don't know a trick for how to flatten paper, you can actually run it over the edge of something, like at the edge of the table. and that does a pretty good job of flattening out. You can do it a few more times. Or you could go in and draw on top of it, or like our video before where we did calligraphy, this would make a really nice background for a calligraphy saying like, be optimistic. So you have lots of options. You could go back in if you decide you want to paint more, go ahead, add more paint to it. You can do whatever you want to this. This is just a nice way to break loose, relax, not think so much, and let go. There's elements I really like in here, so you could go inside and kind of outline some of these areas. Maybe you go in with different colors, or you just stick with the black, whatever you want. How you go from here is totally up to you. I just want to give you a bunch of ideas. You can go in, fill these areas in, maybe go back to these, make some of these lines thicker. There's no right and wrong with this. I want you to try to stay like calm and relaxed. Maybe you decide I want to crumple it up again and do something else to it. Whatever you want to do, there's no right and wrong. So I hope you had a good time relaxing with me, trying out some new things. You know, maybe you got a little frustrated, maybe you didn't, maybe you can take this idea somewhere else later on, or think about it the next time you try a drawing and you get frustrated. So just keep this in mind. No matter what you do, no matter how you're making, you can always turn into something else. You can always take a breath and say, where can this take me now? So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Saturday, and join me for Sunday in the studio tomorrow. Bye.